This video will be a guide to LAPRAS for the Water Pulse build. Parasong is currently a tiny bit outclassed, so I'm only going to talk about Water Pulse in this video. And LAPRAS is a ranged defender, very heavily also doing a lot of damage, so it's not like someone like Snorlax, it's more similar to, let's say, Water Spout Blastoise or Sky Slowbro, kinda that category when it comes to defender Pokemon. Also again, range basic attacks, which make it very hard to deal with. LAPRAS passive is Shell Armor. When LAPRAS takes 10% or more in one single hit, this damage gets reduced by 25%, which can make it quite tanky against a lot of bursty teams. For held items, I've been playing Spoon, Muscle Band, and Special Specs. Very aggressive, you don't have to do the same. You can also put in a Focus Band if you really want to, or some more defensive items, but I think going very aggressive with this Pokemon, because it's quite tanky, is actually quite rewarding, and it deals so much damage across the entire game. And then for battle item, I would recommend X-Speed most of the time. You can also go Eject Button, also totally fine item for this Pokemon. I would not go Potion. I mean, Potion is alright, but I feel like having a bit more mobility is always nice. And then for emblems, I'm deciding to go for 6 green and 6 white. Very normal for like a, special tech defender to go 6 white and 6 green emblems. We start the game with Whirlpool and Ice Shot. Whirlpool is just AoE damage around LAPRAS, and the further you stay away from your target, the more damage it does. So if you stay like on the edge, you can see it does a lot of damage numbers right here, and if you go closer, there will be much less. And then Ice Shot is the next one. We shoot ice shards in front of us, and if they get hit by multiple of those, they get frozen and also pushed away. So our main last hitting tool will be kind of like doing something like this with our booster auto attack, trying to stay away and just try to get lasted with it. It doesn't do a lot of damage against white Pokemon. I'm going to show it right now. Let's say your top lane. You will see it doesn't really do too much damage. So last hitting can be a bit difficult on this Pokemon. So you're going to try to just combine your Whirlpool, your boosted auto tank, and your Ice Shot at the same time. Up next is the boosted auto attack of LAPRAS, which is absolutely insane. This is one of the strongest things about LAPRAS. Every time you do boosted auto attack, you heal 3 times for 3% of your max HP, so 9% in total. And it just keeps LAPRAS so much more alive in teamfights and laning phase as well. You almost have to never just back with this Pokemon, because your boosted auto attacks will keep you alive just the entire game. At level 5, you pick up Water Pulse. Water Pulse has multiple stages. First off, it does damage around us, one thing at a time, and as soon as we hit an opponent, our next Water Pulse is going to get an additional wave in, or additional pulse. So right now we're going to have 2. The second one doing a bit less damage, and now we go into our next stage as well. If you keep up hitting enemy Pokemon, it goes up to 3 waves on the basic move and 4 waves on Water Pulse Plus. So if you only hit one Pokemon, it goes up in one stage, but if you actually hit multiple Pokemon at the same time, it instantly goes to the final stage. So right now, you can see on the bottom right, it's gone. If we hit Water Pulse on multiple Pokemon, instantly goes to 2, and our next Water Pulse will have 3 pulses. And after that, it doesn't matter how many Pokemon you hit, as long as you're at the max stage like this. You just have to hit one enemy Pokemon or one white Pokemon, and your Water Pulse is gonna be fully stacked up every single time. It also slows. As soon as you hit Water Pulse on an opponent, it's gonna slow our opponents down by a decent amount. Like this, you can see it's slowed, and it also gives us a free boosted auto attack every single time the first Water Pulse hits. We get a free boosted auto attack, which is absolutely insane because it gives us so much healing throughout the entire game. On level 7, we have Bubble Beam or Ice Beam. Both are pretty similar, I would say. I'm gonna head over to Bubble Beam first because I feel like it's a bit stronger, just because it instantly stuns our opponent. So we shoot out a Bubble Beam into a direction, and whoever gets hit by it is gonna get entrapped into a bubble. And it also leaves more bubbles around the battlefield, where if opponents go into it, they also get instantly stunned. So like this, the bubbles can travel around, and it's just such a strong move. It can either be instantly, like this again, you hit your opponents with a bubble, or they can just walk into it, and it's just absolutely crazy of a move. Like, it's just so much zoning as well in team fights. And yeah, it also gives us a shield, which is also quite nice. So every time we use it, you can see we grant a shield as well. And the +1 gives us also a bigger shield on Bubble Beam Plus. For the other level 7 move, we have Ice Beam, which is very similar to Bubble Beam. We shoot out a ray of ice, and opponents that are standing on this area get frozen after time. First they get slowed, and if they stay on this for a long time, they get frozen in place. It also gives LAPRAS additional move speed, so if we go across this ray of ice, we also increase our move speed. And it's not bad either, it's just that Bubble Beam is almost instant, right, and has a bit more area of effect as well because of the bubbles around. But Ice Beam is for sure not a bad move. And on level 13, we pick up Ice Beam Plus, which, this is the Unite move, which makes them frozen for half a second longer. At level 9, we get LAPRAS Unite move, and this Unite move is absolutely crazy. So we start just speeding up, we turn unstoppable, which means we can't be stopped only by Slowbro Unite, and we can travel across the map with insane move speed. And this lasts a crazy amount of time as well. And either we hit an enemy Pokemon, or we can press it again to release a huge wave that also stuns our opponent. So either we bonk into something like this, and stun our opponents, or we drive around and then we release a wave, and we also, yeah, we just release a wave. And then it has a lot of range. You can see how much range this wave actually has. So it's always better to release it, because the wave is so much longer. If you just bonk into something, it is a much slower area. But I guess it's a bit safer to hit. But yeah, this wave is absolutely crazy. It has a lot of range. It stuns for a long time as well. And LAPRAS gets a shield on activating it, and then also activating the wave again. You can see, after activating the wave, we get a shield. That is also huge. It's like 40% of our max HP is a shield. So very strong going to team fights. And also, as soon as we start our Unite move, we also get a shield. So we get a shield twice on this Pokemon. If we pass white Pokemon, they also take damage. Only one time though. You can't damage them multiple times, but you can damage them with a wave as well again too. And we can even go towards the enemy base. Like, nothing can stop us, not even a flux down. So if you want to BM your opponents as well, you can just spin around in their main base, and there's nothing they can do about it, except for staying in front of LAPRAS and making sure, you know, as soon as if you go into front of LAPRAS, you activate the Unite move, right? So you gotta be very careful that you don't just do this, and then the Unite move gets stopped. There's a second part to this Unite move. You can pick up ally Pokemon, which in try mode I can't show right now because I can't have allies. But so on Switch, you're gonna get your target wheel up on the right, and you can just, if you're around an ally, you can just tap it twice into their direction, and you're gonna pick up your allies. On phone, it's just a button you have to press for it, and you can take your allies on the right, and they're gonna follow you all the way around. They can also choose to hop onto it if they press their button themselves. So if you press like the right button right here, you can jump onto LAPRAS Unite move and go as well. And allies can use abilities or moves offside this back. So if you pick up a Cramorant can Unite move. You can't basic attack, but all your allies can use every single move and even Unite moves from the back of LAPRAS, which is absolutely insane. This is what it looks like when we pick up an ally. I'm going to pick up the Clefable right here. The Clefable can choose to be picked up. I'm just going to take the LAPRAS Express all the way from bot path to top path in just like 5 seconds, join the team fight right here, and still be able to turn it around. It's just absolutely insane. And again, it has such a low cooldown as well. It had one of the lowest cooldowns with the entire game. We just pick up an ally, go across the entire map in just a second. And again, Clefable can even use Moonlight from this as well, so you can still heal allies. It can use Unite move from this, and pretty much anything except for basic attacking. Also very important for the Unite move is that walls will slow you down. So as soon as you go into a wall, you can see we lose a lot of our move speed. So gotta make sure we try to make sure we don't hit walls, otherwise like this again, we get slowed down by a lot. So practice your LAPRAS driving in try mode maybe a tiny bit, go across walls, try to go around, and make sure you don't hit walls. Very important. So we can do like this, we can drive around a bit, we can play a bit of Mario Kart or LAPRAS Kart and try not to hit any walls around the map. Besides that, playing LAPRAS is quite straightforward. We try to stack up our water pulse as much as we can, and then we play around our boosted auto attacks. So what we do is, we do water pulse, boosted auto attack, start auto attacking 3 times for next boosted auto attack, and by this time our next water pulse is up. I'm just gonna repeat this over the entire game as much as we can, especially in team fights. Boost auto attack, water pulse, boosted auto attack, 2 basics, boosted auto attack, water pulse, basic attack, and you can see we get a lot of healing. We will get a crazy amount of healing from this, and also a lot of damage. That's why I think cooldown reduction might not be the best on LAPRAS as well, because if we have cooldown reduction, we kind of miss out on one entire boosted auto attack, which, if the enemies are more squishier Pokemon, I feel like cooldown reduction is fine. If we could see our enemy team comp, and the enemies have like 4 attack or something, I think cooldown reduction would be better, because then you can't basic attack a lot. But right now I feel like there's a lot of defend, a lot of supports in, where you will start basic attacking a lot. If you decide you don't want to basic attack, you can maybe go for cooldown reduction items, but otherwise I just have been doing this every single time, just chugging around my boosted auto attacks and try to sustain. Then we like put in a bubble beam in between, right, if we want to, and then, you know, just straight up. It's very straightforward. Water pulse, basic attack 3 times, and then we water pulse again, basic attack, put in a bubble beam at some point. And LAPRAS Unite, let's talk about LAPRAS Unite as well a bit. So what you can do with this Unite is either you rotate with your allies from top to bot to objectives, but it's mainly an engage tool, right? So you want to engage into team fights. So you're like farming on the side of the map, you see a fight is breaking out, you're gonna run towards the fight, and you're gonna just try to get a big wave in. Again, not try to bonk into walls. Get a big wave in, knock everyone up, and then follow up with a water pulse, boosted auto attack, and a bubble beam, right? It's very straightforward. So you're farming on top, and you're like, oh, fight's breaking out on bot path. Maybe one of your allies is there as well. You pick up your ally, and you just head towards bot path very fast. And then you're gonna look for the wave. You're gonna try to bubble beam as well into water pulse, basic attack. And you can see how much burst we already did, right? just by this one combo. Like, squishies almost get one-shot by this combo. And you can see I'm quite tanky as well. Even the Charizard has no chance. And this is very, very important. That's like, it's pretty much the main thing you want to do. You want to engage with this Unite move. You want to for sure engage with it. Do this, a Bubble Beam. Or you can also start with a Water Pulse, it doesn't really matter. Just make sure you get your damage out. So we go in. Bam, 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 bam. We hit a big wave, Water Pulse, boost auto attack, Bubble Beam, whatever. Make sure you don't do instantly your Bubble Beam, otherwise they might not get CC'd for the entire duration. Because again, right, this like knocks up for a long time. Like this. So if you instantly Bubble Beam, then we kind of maybe waste some of our stuns. But in case you want to just do it, it doesn't really matter. It does so much damage, and that's how you want to engage in team fights. Besides that, there's not much for this Pokemon. It is very easy to pick up, and you're going to have a lot of success with this Pokemon very fast. So let's head into some gameplay for LAPRAS. Again, we start with Whirlpool because it does more damage than Ice Shard or whatever it's called in the beginning. And I'm stacking, so I'm getting over to the right side. Getting lasted with this Pokemon, again, it's not the easiest way, because you have to fight your opponents, and you don't have the last hitting, so we're gonna try to like combine our boost auto attacks with an Ice Shard, maybe like this right here, to boost auto attack into Ice Shard, and I'm able to get the last hit. Trying to score against these two Pokemon is quite difficult, and I'm just gonna run towards the right side, trying to go for this last hit as well. I'm so lucky that I get it. Should have probably never gotten it. Luckily, we are not against the best last hitting lane on the enemy side. So now we're already quite strong out of this early game. If the enemies have very strong early game, just don't do it. You can always go for stacks later on in the game, thanks to Unite move being anywhere. Now we get ganked. We end up going down right here, because we already used our XP to disengage from early on. But in the end, it actually goes quite well, because our central area Pokemon kills their jungle Pokemon as well. Just gonna head back to lane straight up, almost level 5 already. We got 2 stacks in. And now we have Water Pulse. And as soon as you get Water Pulse, you want to be very aggressive. You want to get just so many boost auto attacks out and sustain a lot. The enemies also have a healer Pokemon, so it's quite annoying though, because they also have a lot of sustain. And yeah, I'm going to start basic attacking right here if I can, but it doesn't really have to go too aggressive right now. Looking for some Water Pulses. And yeah, but now we are quite strong. They have boost auto attack, Water Pulse, trying to get with our boost auto attack and the Ice Shard. I don't know if we succeeded in it. And again, boost auto attack, Water Pulse, boost auto attack. So just make sure you don't like just make your boost auto attack disappear, right? Make always sure you pay attention to if you have a boost auto attack up or not. Otherwise, you're gonna lose out on a lot of healing and a lot of burst. So right here again, boost auto attack first if I can. But yeah, these two ranged Pokemon are a bit annoying. You can see I'm still kinda kiteable as Lapras. It's not that easy. So if the enemies have a lot of ranged Pokemon, it can be quite difficult. Here we go with the Water Pulse. We take down the last hit. And yeah, just trying to get to level 7 for Bubble Beam. And then we're gonna be very strong. Could go towards mid right here as well. Gonna look for it now and see if we can still get a KO right there. And we're gonna go for the Charmeleon right here. Start with the Water Pulse, boost auto attack, and we're gonna start basic attacking, and he does go down quite easily. So, going into a team fight, you want to start with Water Pulse. You want to make sure you build it up as fast as possible for those 3 pulses you want to get out of it. And yeah, gonna maybe look for another stack right here to see if Eldegoss is around, because we just got the Charmeleon. And Eldegoss is luckily doing one of the white Pokemon there, so I get 21 points in. Quite lucky. But as always, like people going for this last hit over there on the white Pokemon can always be a bit of an issue. So 1 Water Pulse right here, instantly gets us 3 Water Pulses on our next one to boost auto attack, Water Pulse, boosted auto attack, and now we have Bubble Beam. We're gonna hit our first one. Make sure I get my boost auto attack out here first before I Water Pulse again. You can see just juggling around, and another Bubble Beam is gonna land. Next boosted auto attack, Water Pulse, boosted auto attack, and you can see we sustain for a lot. Unlucky that they have an Eldegoss, which means they also have a lot of healing as well. We're going to try to start healing up again. And you can see I'm just making sure that my boost auto attack always comes out before I do my next Water Pulse. Giving over this last hit here to the Charizard, so he gets Charizard. And again, I'm gonna heal up. And it's just the main part. It's just the only thing you really have to pay attention to is to your boosted auto attacks. It is so important. I'm gonna try and zone here for a Charizard. I'm building up a boosted auto attack as well ready, because why not? Boost auto attack, Bubble Beam, another boost auto attack. And this time actually I just used my Water Pulse there because my next auto attack was very far away. Another boost auto attack, Water Pulse, boosted auto attack, Water Pulse, boosted auto attack. And you can see it's just, yeah, it's just a lot of basic attacking. That's why I also still play Muscle Band, because your auto attack damage across the entire game will be quite a lot. And having the attack speed is also quite nice to make sure that our auto attacks feel quite smooth. Almost fully stacked now. At this point, I could Unite move maybe towards top path. Like, my Unite moves in this game are not great. It's not a great showcase for my Unite move, sadly. But I kind of want to stay bot right now still, because someone has to be here, right? Someone just has to be farming these white Pokemon. So I'm going to get my last stack right here. And I'm just going to fight the Zeraora. So, Water Pulse, boosted auto attack. I'm going to start auto attacking 3 times. boosted auto attack, water pulse, boosted auto attack, bubble beam, boosted auto attack, water pulse, boosted auto attack. And he has no chance, right? He has no chance. Lapras is very tanky over Pokemon as well. And we just have so much healing. Right? The boosted auto attack surely of Lapras is so OP. As you can, I think you can clearly see how strong the boosted auto attack of this Pokemon is, right? And allows us to win almost against any single Pokemon in this game in a 1-against-1. It's very, very easy if we just make sure we get our boosted attacks out. Again, water pulse, boosted auto attack. We auto attack 3 times. Water pulse, boosted auto attack, bubble beam. And again, 3 more auto attacks and he almost goes down again. Now Charizard is here. And again, I'm just going to try and just Unite moving him. But I actually missed my wave this time around. I wanted to go for him, of course. And I missed my wave. That's what I meant with if you don't bonk into an opponent or like smash into an opponent, it can sometimes happen that you miss your wave, right? Going for the 40 points now. And Lapras Unite move also has an insanely low cooldown. So as long as you like score points, get by Pokemon, Unite moves almost instantly back up. You can already see I'm back to 47%. And I just wanted my Unite move back up here. Zeraora and Charizard are still around. And they're quite angry. So at this point, I was a bit overextended. I just wanted to build up my Unite move very fast again. And I sadly messed up on it. But as you can see, my Unite move is already at 95% again. Which is absolutely crazy. Like this Pokemon's Unite move has one of the lowest cooldowns in the entire game. I feel like it's one of the best Unite moves as well. Like it's such a strong Unite move. I'm going to activate it just right now. I'm going to jump pad. Going to Unite move back into the team fight. Like this, and you can see the target on the right now. We have to double press it on switch to pick up an ally as well, if we want to. And luckily, my team already got everyone down, so I'm just going to drive around and see if there's something else I can do with this. But not really. I just want to come back into the fight, but my team was already good enough to just win the fight without me. So trying to go for level 30 now. Bubble Beam Plus is not too important, but having a bigger shield is also always nice, right? And the more XP we have, the more damage we do, the more we heal. So, who doesn't want more experience, right? Looking around now, maybe someone is trying to fight me or something. Looking for this wrap buff right here, but can't really do too much right now. Getting cornered right here, I'm going to Bubble Beam the Espeon, run in, Water Pulse, boosted auto attack, and again, we auto attack 3 times. Water Pulse, basic attack, going to put in a Bubble Beam, we hit both Lapras and the Charizard, and yeah, juggling my boost auto attacks as well again. It's just so important. Like a lot of different Pokemons, like your Shifu as well, going to make always sure you get every single boosted auto attack out. Another Bubble Beam on the enemy Lapras, we take him down. And boost auto attack, Water Pulse, boosted auto attack. And you think I will die here, but I will not, because I have my boosted auto attacks. Like, it's so close, but I just don't go down, because I'm just using my boosted auto attack so much that I'm going to heal over and over and over again for 9% of my max HP. I can even Unite Move here one more time, so I decide to Unite Move right here. Gonna run in, look for the Espeon with my wave. Bam, it does so much damage as well. We completely take him down. We knock up the Eldegoss as well, follow up with a Bubble Beam, and my Unite Move again. You're gonna see it's almost back up all instantly as well again. I didn't take those Altarias down because I wanted these now for my Unite Move recharge. I Unite Moved at 255 with one of the best Unite Moves I feel like in the game now. You can see it's already back to 42%, so it's crazy. Now I'm just trying to look for some like Bite Toys on the map to make sure my Unite Move is 1% up. But yeah, I can see this Bite Toy right here, and I'm gonna just be around. But it's already back to 80%, right? So, and there's 20 seconds left still until Rayquaza spawns, so no big deal. We're just gonna ping it around. I wanted this Bite Toy, but Espeon also still Unite Move. But again, I don't even need another Bite Toy, because you can already see it's gonna be almost perfectly up by the time Ray is going to spawn. So, which is quite insane. Because again, this Unite Move is crazy, right? And now again, we level 30.5. I want to look for a Unite Move into the enemy team and try to hit as many Pokemon as possible. I never took a Pokemon for a ride in this game, so again, it was not the best showcase for how it works with allies. But like right here, going in, looking for a wave. Enemy's already kind of dead as well anyways though. Bubble Beam, Water Pulse, basic attacking. And again, basic attacking, boost auto attack, Water Pulse, boosted auto attack, Bubble Beam. Try to get it in there as well. Another boost auto attack coming up, but the Charizard is a bit too fast. And now 4 of them are gone. And we can head towards Ray, which again, we don't have to necessarily do right now as well. I'm just going to start doing a bit, healing up as well. You can see it's so much healing on every boost auto attack. It is crazy how much healing this Pokemon has on it. There's the Eldegoss, going to stop hitting now, and we try to go for the last hit, but Blastoise is able to secure it quite nicely. Boost auto attack, Water Pulse, boosted auto attack, and this Espeon goes down very fast as well. And yeah, so picking up allies as well is quite nice. Again, this game was the best example for picking up things, but you can see just how much... I just want to showcase this game for the boost auto attack mainly, right? You can see how much the boost auto attacks do and how important it is to just play around your boost auto attacks the most. As soon as you understand that, your Lapras is going to be completely different level as soon as you understand that all that matters is your boost auto attacks. That is for sure. Very, very important. Again, boost auto attack, water pulse, boosted auto attack. And we try to hit bubble beam as soon as that's up. Try to hit our wave right here, but again, we're trying to have some fun right now, but we run away, hit a nice bubble beam, go back in again, and now the enemy LAPRAS takes us down. The only thing that can take down LAPRAS is an enemy LAPRAS apparently. So yeah, besides that, this game was pretty good. And every single game I play LAPRAS in, I do over 100k damage almost every single time. Like, it's crazy how much damage this Pokemon does throughout the entire matches every single time. I barely have a game where I'm under like 80,000 damage, so yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this guide, and if you did, I would appreciate, guys, if you like the video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell for notifications.